Hi, how are you today? Is everything okay? I always picture it awesome with you wherever you are. I'm sure it is. But I'm sure your world isn't completely perfect either. I know a few things, and I'm sorry about those things. But it'll be okay. I was talking to my cat like this, and I remembered how you were talking. Like, I think you did the same thing. You were probably talking to your cat, and you liked the tone of your voice. And when I was talking to my cat, I was like, you should talk to Carson like that. Hi. I'm not always trying to figure out how to say things, they just come out. But that's why I say sometimes it's like my heart just kind of conveys. My heart has a feeling, and it asks my brain to convey the thought because, well, it knows that in this day and age, you can't exactly do taming the shrew, can you? And that's not something I'd even want to do, but I just always think about that in reference to the difference between now and then. There are still assholes out there, and there are some really tough girls out there been treated like crap that kind of like it. And you know what? Why don't we say a prayer that they find each other, but the right ones find each other, and they can take each other's shit and actually come out of it together, and wouldn't that be cool? Because maybe it's not you can't help someone who's more negative. Maybe they just need the right person to be with them. A right person who has maybe been through what they've been through, and maybe kicked its ass a bit, knows maybe a few other things that you don't. But how are you? How are you? I want to know. Can I know? Oh, the sun is draining. But you know what? Being in the sun, when that breeze comes by, it's like, oh yes, thank you, universe. And when I have a meal and I have a Coke or my Powerade or Gatorade or water, I am never happy to drink water. Sometimes the water tastes good. Maybe it depends on which water I was drinking, wherever. I don't know. But when I drink water, my throat doesn't feel better. My throat feels better when I drink beer, when I drink Powerade, when I drink Coca-Cola, and I know that that's not right. There's something wrong. It's probably the bromide they put in the water. And for the record, or not for the record, I don't know. I'm trying to be something. It's like acting, having a YouTube channel. You get the chance to, just use whatever you got. Put some finesse on it. And I listened to a tarot card reader that day, and she said finesse. And I don't usually I'll listen to one tarot card reader, and I'll know some of the things she says, and I'll know when she says something that she doesn't usually say. And when I think of the song I wrote, finesse, I'm like, really? Yeah, and you see it that way more when you notice it more. When you notice that more, like simple things like that, you just those things are kind of cool when you notice them. And actually, all things are, at least for me. they're all positive things. And they've all been positive things. The only thing is me realizing that I have something that I picked up since childhood, and I think it has to do with like. But then, you know what? I end up justifying it because I'm an Aquarius, and Aquarius, they kind of ghost sometimes, you know. And I'm starting to get what ghost is. Ghost is like, I was sitting with the church people I used to hang out with, and when they started correcting me and stuff or whatever, they made me feel belittled. And it was simple what they said, you know, and if I knew them for years and stuff, whatever, maybe I could have just sat there and sat it out and freaking duped it out, whatever, in my mind or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe I expected more. I don't think I expected more from them going. I just trusted them to be like, okay, we're about God, and you know, we met Shane, and Shane needs help, and so, you know, let's not try to trigger him anymore. And if we find out his triggers, let's try to tiptoe around that and be like, hey, you know, hey, what's up? You know, it's just when people like, if they team up on me or whatever, oh man, it just gets under my skin, I guess. I don't know. But I started this video just wanting to talk to you, and I guess I am talking, you know, I'm sharing with you. And that brings up a thought. This minister guy, I don't remember his name. Is it Robert? I think it may have been Robert and his wife. And, but the thing he said was, in a relationship, the things that men and women need from each other. And he said, men need to share with their wife, whether it's important to them or not. Like, you got in a fight at work, or something good happened, but it was small, but it was trivial. It's a detail. To you, it's just a detail. To you, it's just your day or whatever. And, you know, some men are set in ways they just don't feel like talking about that stuff. But he said that is what the women really like. Women like you to tell them how you're feeling, how your day went, what's going on, did this happen or that happened or whatever, or how you're feeling about things, or they want you to express to them. You don't always have to express to them something complex. You express to them something about your day. Like, yeah, I was golfing and I just couldn't hit the ball or whatever, so like the 16th hole I skipped, and we played through the rest of them. I was fine. I don't know why. I just couldn't get it in the 16th hole. You know, something simple like that, you know. Oh man, I'm tired. And I don't know. I just hope my skin stays healthy. I really like the paler white. I know it's probably not the most attractive, but I don't like this tan, red, dark look. I don't want to be dark. I like being white. And like, there he is. You can find the white guy. But, Carson, I really just came to talk to you, but it's not like I'm really talking to you. You just get a video to go and see, and everybody else gets to see what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, how the cogs are working in my head and things like that. I'm happy, really happy. I know that once it's a reality, then I will totally be like really happy, because it's just like it's like knowing. I don't know. I do know. I could come up with something. I'm really tired. Oh. And if you let me, when we talk, you don't always have to talk. I get that maybe Libras don't always have like input or whatever. I think you do. And I think really if I wanted to hear from you, we could probably make a video. And I think maybe you're probably more quiet off your video, and when you're on your video, you're very expressing. You're fully expressive, and I guess that's something that I'm really attracted to, and how you do it. It's just kind of like I'm a silly person in nature. I like to just joke around and stuff. How are you doing in there? Having a kid was the funnest part of my fucking life. And if my daughter is watching, I just want you to know that. Men have to deal with their shady sides the best they can, and if they love their family, we put on our best face and our best faith-forward act, whatever you want to call that. And I really enjoyed having fun like that, just being silly and it was a long day. My 2 days that I work are long days, but I pray for them to go by quickly, and they do. Just 1 or 2 days, sometimes it just drags out, So if you ever see me up against the pillar, and I'm just like, here's the pillar, and here's my head, and I'm just drained, freaking, I want to lay down in the grass, give me a lawn chair. I will still sit there in the lawn chair, or a chair even. I'll sit there in the chair, and I'll just do movement. I'll dance in the chair. That would be cool if I could get that. Anyway, I was explaining my energy and everything else. But I love being able to make $64 per day and sit out there and listen to music and share it on Twitter. Kind of like a radio station for the day. Shane's radio station for the day when I'm working from 9 to 6 on Friday and Saturday. And you can pick up on Twitter when I'm listening to it. You can actually, if you're driving around the airport area, you want to make a video, you guys are making videos of me, Carson, you could come here and make a video of me, and I bet you nobody else will do that. But Carson, you are like me. You think of a neat way to do your video or something, and no matter how little the idea is, it's still special to you. And when you watch the video, you just know. But here's what you could do. You could I usually share something every day, but this is what I'm trying to get to happen. Okay, you're driving in your car, you're coming up by where I'm at, you see me with the sign. Okay, look on Twitter as you're driving up, maybe a little bit before you get to me, and look for my last song shared or whatever. and then go to that app and see if you can catch it and see if you can feel me dancing to the music I'm dancing to in my headphones. So it would be kind of like, you see me dancing without music. So I'm wondering what that would sound like if you were recording on your phone and you were playing. Like if you had a friend with you could have your friend playing the music on their phone and you videotape them with the other phone. Isn't that kind of ingenious? I mean, like, couldn't that also be used in movies or whatever for the person to hear the sound that the person outside they're passing by is dancing to, and as you see them, you're listening to music, you're bobbing your head, you're like smiling and like whatever, you put your thumb up, or whatever, you're looking at me, the camera's seeing me and hearing the music, and I'm on beat, so it just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, some of you might be confused as to what I'm saying, but I think some of you are that type of genius like me. I think, just because you're genius doesn't mean that you're like the smartest in every situation and things or whatever, because even when there is no answer, that's the answer that you can give. Sometimes there's just no answer, or sometimes the answer has to come later, and that in itself is an answer. We get answers sometimes we don't want. Like today, they sent me the money back, $18 back for the chair I ordered from China. And I'm like, really? Man, I've been waiting for a chair for like 3 years now. It's not a human being. I should be able to manifest a gaming chair like that. I should be able to do that, right? It's been 5 years with a human, and I'm doing pretty good. But, I just want to tell them that it wasn't all just me going, I have her, and, being like that. That's just my emotions and the way I'm trying to control my emotions. Instead of saying when you're feeling like down and not connected with yourself, we have a tendency to say stupid shit. I'm dumb, I'm an idiot, fuck this, fuck me, whatever. I do. I tend to say some things like that. Sometimes I say, fucking kill me, just shoot me, just fucking. And excuse me, and I apologize, but it would have been cool to hear my father talk like this about his anger. I'm like, when I punch the wall, I'm really mad at you guys, but I just don't know what to do, so, I want to direct it somewhere else. I guess that's probably what my dad would say if he could talk like me. If he was an Aquarius, I don't know. Me, I'm just like, if I say something and I'm like, wow, I didn't want to say that, I can't believe I said that, or whatever, I let it go, and I don't worry about it, because I'm an Aquarius. If I show up at anybody, I just start pouring out information, and I don't know why. But I do know. And in one level of me, sometimes I don't know. I'm like, why do I do that? But it's just because when people get truth, they all react differently, and I've been doing it my whole life, so I kind of know. I don't always know how people are going to react, but I know that they will react, and it's always kind of interesting how they do, even if I get something I don't like. It's kind of interesting how they do. I think us as like creators, actors, all that stuff, it's like a love and hate relationship, but I really don't want to affirmate that. I know that hate is a thing, it's part of things, whatever. You hate your life, you receive your life. But still, we have a lot of it, and a lot of tension, and a lot of things wrong in the world. And I just think that it all should be toned down, and we should try to think about this positive thinking thing. Because really, if it's all it takes is us to positively think, then, dude, Rome wasn't built overnight. What if it became strong enough to where you could build Rome overnight. I mean, actually, you can. We've already thought up stuff. They're printing buildings, I believe. They're printing with some special mechanical thing with all kinds of chemicals and molecules or something. Right? Okay. Anyway, I went on forever. But, babe, my throat is getting really graspy. See, this is what I want. I want to find the drink that makes my throat smooth all the time. Hey, this is Powerade. Let's see if I got my voice back. I love you. And Zoe loves you too, right, Zoe? Hey, Zoe. That's my girl. That's my girl. Anywho, I always try to show my cat videos. I swear to God, like, the cats that watch videos and stuff and react to them, they're hybrids. My cat's just a normal, regular cat. It's not like an alien cat. Anyway, babe, I love you. Anyway, babe, I love you. I love you. This is all I ever wanted to do. If you were one of the girls I used to pursue, this is all I ever wanted to do. So if I get with Carson, no, not if I get with Carson. When I get with Carson, when Carson comes for me, not me going for her. And that way the whole population could just chill. She will come to me because she loves me and she understands. Because she was the one that asked me to wait. And it's been a while, but it's okay, because I love you. And, you know, some people may think it's crazy, but I have all the people that know it's not crazy coming forward and being my fan and sticking up for me. You can be like, oh, we met, back, and this happened, and our parents didn't like it, and this people didn't like it, but we loved each other. And they thought he was a psycho to want to go out with me at that age or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it was. And, y'all could come forward and have your time to shine supporting me and being like, yeah, I was afraid. But I loved her so much I didn't care. I just wanted it to happen, And I knew that I had it. I already had it. It's like confidence. What is confidence? Confidence is you saying you're getting whatever it is that you're petitioning for. Maybe that's a good saying. What are you petitioning for? Meaning, where are you putting your focus? I know we're always going to have something we focus on. It's not something that we really don't want to do. We really don't know why we do it. It might be smoking cigarettes, it might be drinking a little too much, eating a little too much, or any other kind of thing, We all have something. And me, I really liked putting my time and my energy into expressing my love. And the more that came out of me, you see, when I talk, when I write, when I entertain you guys, I'm getting information that I didn't have until I created it. And because I want to create it, because I realized a long time ago, one day in my bedroom, I just picked up a marker or a pen or something and started writing on my dresser. Yeah, it was a rebel kind of thing to do. But I wrote this poem, and I started reading them to my friends, and I never got a bad compliment. All of my compliments, I know there's no such thing, but I've never had anybody say anything bad about. Now I rapped for some, I think, more thuggish people, and they made fun of it, took the microphone out of my hand, and stole my house in their rap, and did a bunch of bad things and stuff, whatever. And I was just like, I just did this positive rap, and they're doing that. I'm like, damn, dude, that's evil. And I don't know, I think I had the potential to be evil in my raps and stuff, but it just wasn't me. I think it was more funny than it was evil. I don't really think. To me, if people are scared of me, I really don't get it. I kind of see, like, if I get mad and shout at a cloud or something or whatever, because. Anyway, I love you, Carson. I love you very, 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 very much. I feel I'm going to be very glad that I had the guts to just make a video and tell you some things, or show you some things about me, or show you how I could be if we're going to be creative. I could just, I can come up with stuff. I'm witty enough to just kind of come up with stuff. I bet you if you told me be evil for a skit for a couple minutes, I could be evil, but I think I'm like you in the sense where, remember when you did yoga and you were trying to do the thing like him or whatever, and you were trying to do it with the serious look on your face, and you couldn't. You kept smiling and smirking. Go back and look at it. That's what I like about you. I can't help but mess up a family picture. I cannot. If somebody puts a camera, I cannot be in front of that camera and not do something like a total dork or something, like Mentos commercials, like I'm gonna jump through this friggin' memo for no reason, and I blame it on the Mentos. Well, I'm jumping through this portal, I'm gonna hold up my Mentos. And I'm going to wait for a sign, and then I'm gonna kiss you. The signs are good. Because, I don't know, it's just good to know that someone cares and they're willing to just be like, I'm not just going to come in and take what's not mine. I'm not going to come in and take this. Especially, in this scenario where I'm 47, she's 23, we've never met, but we have somehow communicated online, and all I can say is I love you. It's been a long road. It was a long road before this long road started, but I believe it's gonna happen, and this road will be totally a lot shorter than that first road. That first road had a couple really, really, really good parts to it. Just a couple really good ones. Anyhow, I've been trying to end this video, and I'm just trying to just keep talking to you like the cat. I'll just end it that way. Except I'm not going to look at you like the cat, because you're a lot prettier and smoother. I know, way more attractive. And that cat is not attractive at all. She's very cute and cuddly. I like to cuddle with her and just hold her. And she doesn't like being held, but I hold her like a baby. Don't. Sometimes she'll just lay there in my arms, but other times she's like, nope, not having it. I'm like, okay, good. You're good. You never argue with a cat when it wants to go. When you don't have to be that way. If you ever get a cat and you're afraid of them so much that you hold on to them and you're afraid of them, I kind of did that when I gave her the baths for Flea. But I figured that she would be erratic. So, but she was like really, really scared, and I think I sensed it right. I think holding her down the way I had to get the fleas off of her, I hated it, but what I had to do. And I watched some videos on YouTube of other people doing it. I still think she's traumatized by it. She's just like, because if I step next to her, but I think all cats are like that. I think all cats are like that. You just like, there's sometimes their wiring. They all have different personalities. Carson, hi. I really liked in the video that you made last